Hi folks, I'm smoking one of my Vaughan Lord of the Rings pipes, and in it I've got a Balkan Sobrani copy from the Danish pipe shop. First of all, some update on my weight. As you can see, yet another certificate, and this time I've reached my 4 stone weight loss, which I'm very pleased about. Only another 5 stone to go. And a reminder to our American friends, their stones, 14 pounds in weight. So that's 56 pounds that I've lost. And I was also awarded Slimmer of the Week this week, which meant that I won a bag of goodies. Each week we take something to put in the bag, an item of food or fruit that's sort of acceptable to Weight Watchers as part of their eating scheme. So I came back sort of full of goodies. I've got an update on Mick. Things aren't very good. He's had trouble with his lungs filling up with fluid, and he was sent from the hospice to the hospital, one of the hospitals in Leeds, St James's, to have his lungs drained. And they had real difficulty in doing it. His lungs were full of growths, and it was difficult to drain them. It was a very, very agonising experience for poor Mick. So what they've decided to do is to put some permanent drains in, and he's been sent home, and the Macmillan nurses, the cancer nurses, can drain his lungs as he needs it. As far as I know, he had them drained today sometime, although I haven't heard how that went. But his partner, Pam, has been told to give him as much morphine as he needs, not to worry about dosage, but to make sure that he's not in pain. Which sort of says a lot about what the doctors think's happening. The doctor, I think, is, as far as they're concerned now, just make him as comfortable as possible until the end comes. But the stress is beginning to affect Pam badly now. She's almost at the end of her rope. She's caring for him, staying with him as long as she can, not eating properly, not sleeping properly, and all the stress of making sure he's comfortable and making sure that he doesn't want anything, and of getting him to the toilet and all that kind of thing has built up, and I think she'll soon need some help herself, especially when Mick dies. So we've arranged that as soon as she wants, she can come up here and we'll look after her. But it's beginning to affect Carolyn and myself as well. I've been absolutely incapable of doing a lot over the last few days. Was feeling very lethargic, very under the weather, mentally sort of not able to put videos up and that kind of thing. But anyway, it seems to have cleared a bit today, and hence this video of updates. We went to the Pipe Club on Saturday, last Saturday, and that was very good. I enjoyed it. There were quite a few of us there, about 7 of us. And it was just good to smoke together and to talk about all sorts of things. I think it's the pipe sort of group with us not being a very, very large pipe group, gives us a chance to talk together, to share together, to listen to each other, to talk about anything from tobacco to new cars to job problems or whatever. And in a sense, it's a bit like when the women get together and are able to talk, except men need something to get together around, either a pint of beer or a pipe. And when we're smoking our pipes, it's easier just to talk together, to share together. So it was a good session. The city, Newcastle, was absolutely packed out. I left the pipe group and wanted to look in a window across the road. And you took your life in your own hands, you know, with the number of people around. It was like sort of trying to get across a major rail line when there were trains constantly coming. People kept bumping into each other, but it was all sort of fairly good humoured. There was a Christmas market in Newcastle in one of the squares, and they had quite a lot of different stuff. There were sellers from Russia, from Germany, from all over the continent really, and from the UK. A lady on the Russian stall who I got a Russian hat from last year, and I was wearing my big overcoat, and once I got the hat on, looked very Russian. And she came up to me and sort of said to Karen, "Excuse me while I just go away with this Tsavarich," you know. She saw me at this time, and she's selling Russian dolls. And I was very, very tempted to get one because there were some really nice ones, but in the end I didn't. But I was glad to get home. It was just so busy. Tomorrow I'm going to the writers group. They're having their Christmas party, and I've sort of said, look, can I come along? They'd like to see me, so I'm going to try and call in on them. And have a chat. I'll probably go back after Christmas and just be part of the group. Some of you will be glad to know that I'm growing my beard back. I've decided not to shave. I'm just too lazy. You know, you get up in the morning and you sort of think, oh, I should shave. And then by the time we've all sort of got clean, dressed, and, you know, I just don't feel like shaving. I really like this Balkan blend. You know, you can see it looks really nice stuff. And I won't say it's like Balkan Sobrani, but it's a good Balkan blend. A nice smoke any time of the day, especially in a pipe like this. I'm smoking more filtered pipes now. You know, this one has a 9mm filter, and I'm finding I'm needing them with some tobaccos to avoid tongue burn. But that means I've got a lot of pipes that aren't filtered. But I've managed to find some Chinese filters that are hand rolled to go in an ordinary pipe that's made just not to have a filter in. They're 3mm, so you can get them into virtually every pipe I've got, and they do help. And they're sort of very cheap as well. We're getting nearer Christmas, but Carolyn and I don't really do a lot for Christmas. I mean, we'll have some, like a buffet on Christmas Day, just the two of us, with things that we particularly like. We won't have a full Christmas dinner, because when there's only two of you, it's a lot of work, and Carolyn can't always eat a full meal. So we've sort of said that we'll just have stuff on a table, and when we want stuff, go and have what we want. And I think that would be better for me as well with the diet, because I don't want to overdo it on foods that I'm not supposed to eat. But it amazes me how much people spend at Christmas. You know, I was in the supermarket doing our weekly shop, and there were people with 3 and 4 trolleys packed full of stuff. At least 2 trolleys on one lady had were full of alcohol. In fact, it was piled up with alcohol. Her husband could hardly push the trolley. And I thought, you know, if you're not having a massive party with a lot of guests, that's a lot to be drinking. And I don't think they were going to have a party. I think it was just for general use. If anybody dropped in over Christmas, or, you know, for them to drink. And you sort of think, is it good for you? I say that as somebody who used to drink up to 2 bottles of spirits a day when I was younger. And it took me a long time to realise that it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth waking up in the morning with that awful taste and thick head. I'm a right spoil sport. I feel a bit like Scrooge, you know. Bah, humbug! You know, Christmas. Everybody who wishes me a Merry Christmas should be boiled in their own gravy, and a stake of holly driven through their hearts. And since I'm no longer involved with the church, and our local church doesn't have a midnight service, we won't be going. If there was a midnight service, I might go, because I just love the aesthetics of a midnight service. But there's not a lot happening really at the moment. I'm trying to catch up with videos and that. But again, I haven't even felt up to doing that. I've just felt like smoking my own pipe. And so although I've watched a lot of videos, and I've recorded 4 videos that I haven't put up because I'm not really happy with them. So this one sort of, you know, I wanted to update you how Mick was and how the diet's going, and just talk generally. I don't think I'm going to say a lot more, just to wish you well, and to say, may you be happy and blessed in your life. May those things that strengthen you and help you to grow in wisdom be abundant in your life. And may those things that would harm you, may they have no place with you. If you believe in God, may your God richly bless you. And may he never let go of your hand. And for those of us who don't believe in God, I hope that we live life each day to the full, knowing that life's far too short to be burdened with worries and care, and to try and treat people the best way we can, to help them to bear the burdens that they have to carry. So I shall leave it there and wish you all the best. And I'll put up a Merry Christmas video nearer the time if I don't feel bad.